Is America a Christian country? Is it even a religious country? Well, in the Constitution of the United States of America, there is not a single mention of Christianity. In fact, the only mention of God is to refer to this year of our Lord, 1787. Now, there's no mention of religion at all in the Constitution either until we get to the amendments or the changes. And the only time religion is ever mentioned is in the First Amendment. And it states, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. So one might ask, how is it that the phrases under God ended up in our Pledge of Allegiance, or in God we trust is printed on our money? It's a good question, because simply recognizing the notion of God doesn't promote or establish any singular religion, but it does allude to religious ideals. Granted, we do have a lot of founding documents and founding letters that support the idea that religion should influence the way that the country is founded and run. But, as we know, according to the First Amendment of the Constitution,
Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion.
Which is interesting that the United States government starts to recognize the notion of God more formally as the years go on in its presentation and in its properties. For instance, the Pledge of Allegiance and our currency, which famously reference God, did not include those references under God or in God we trust until the 1950s. See, it wasn't until the 1950s that Congress actually turned these into a law, that not only would the Pledge of Allegiance include under God, but that it should also be given a certain amount of respect, and that currency should include in God we trust. Now you've got to ask yourself, what was going on in the 1950s that America needed to align itself with God? Here are my sources. This book is actually really awesome if you are at all interested in World War II or the post-war world, CIA, and lots of secretive events around the world. This little book, also really, really amazing. I highly recommend it. Great read. Everyone should pick it up.